My name is Ross Kwame, or also known as Buddy Folks, and whatever arena you know me as, I'll answer to all of those. But I'm here today representing myself, but I'm also representing as an organization, Habasha, and I know many of you here are familiar with the organization Habasha, which is an acronym for Helping Africa by Establishing Schools Home and Abroad. Well, we definitely are doing revolutionary things and always have been. And one of the most important, aside from what we're doing right now, one of the most important pieces when it comes to liberating ourselves is growing our own food and knowing what we're eating and growing food for ourselves and each other to be able to free up on it. That's exactly what Habasha is doing. We have two garden sites. One is here close at the Omena Lakriat Afrocentric Teaching Museum, and then there's one which is the original, very first one, which is in Mechanicsville on the corner of Windsor and Fulton Street. And it's actually on Fulton Street, but it's connected to the Dunbar Center. So we use that address. But on Sundays, from 3 to 7, every Sunday we have garden work days, and we're just out. Volunteers come out, the community comes out. It's free and open to anyone who wants to come and play in the dirt, get your hands dirty, or if you just want to come and just be with nature and just be in the garden, period, and just soaking it all in, because it definitely is a lot to take in. The garden's in a place that's labeled as a food desert, and if you're not familiar with it, food deserts are defined as a community that's about 1.5 miles away from a grocery store. So technically, this area right here would not be a food desert because the Kroger is just up the street, but Mechanicsville, this Kroger is still the closest grocery store to them, which is way more than 1.5 miles. So, being able to feed our people who may not be at the same level that we're at when it comes to our spirituality or how we've grown ourselves is important, because now we can be the example over food. Everybody's got to eat. So if we come together underneath that umbrella, then we can have these same conversations with those who are labeled as lost, or again, who are at a place we once were. We got to remember, we can't leave them. That's when we talk about our unity and coming together. It's not just with us who already know what we know. We got to reach back for some of those who don't know and may not have, believe it or not, heard none of the information that we know so much on, who may not know who Baba Leonard Jeffries is. And of course, you would think like, wow, who would not know who he is or who Mama Swanson is? But there are some people who are just so disconnected and lost in that other part that they have no connection here. And once we bring just a little piece of this to them, you can see how their life is brightened, it's enhanced, they love it. So any of us who are here today, especially if you live here in the city, 3 to 7 every Sunday, 477 Windsor Street, right at the Dunbar Center is where the garden is. And we're also doing a fundraiser for some schools in Ghana that the Adult Initiatives went and visited not too long ago. They're going to return and take some school supplies. So we're looking for pencils, books, pens, African dolls, anything that represents us there. They definitely need it. And again, that just goes in to speak to the power of the organization, Habasha, helping Africa by building schools home and abroad. So again, we're sharing our resources well with the continent and here. And again, when we talk about our repatriation, there's many of us who will want to stay here in this land that we're also indigenous to. So, I give thanks to Baba Jeffries to be here and bring your wise mind, so we can stay on that mind to know that we're indigenous to the whole world. So there's nowhere we have to run away from and go back to Africa because that's where we're from. No, we're from all of this. Before any of these other colonizers had popped their heads up, we were already here. So I give thanks for yourself and Baba Mukasa and other elders, Mama Swanson, for all the information that you're able to take from Baba John Henry Clark, so we can still reach it at this time and know who he is and hear his words and feel inspired. I give thanks, and I'm going to continue to do my part to help spread it around. And then either if it's through music or gardening and all of this connected, we got to find a way, because the youth are ready. They're here.